Today I thought we could take a break from doing regular quilts and do just a little quilt type project. Um, One of the things I think we're going to try is do a book sleeve. If you don't know what a book sleeve is, it's those cute little carriers that you can put your book in and carry it around with you when you have paperback, hardback, something like that. So, a few weeks ago, I was in the grocery store and I came across a magazine and I flipped through it because it's a quilting magazine, of course, so I have to see if there's any cool patterns that I want to grab. I saw one pattern in the whole magazine, super cute, and I was like, I want to buy the whole magazine, so I took a picture of it, came home, drew it out, and that's the pattern we're going to use today. So, I have drawn it out. I don't know how well it came. It's going to be a kitty face because I like cats. Anyway, so I've traced out and added the 1/4 inch seam to all my pieces, and most of it we're going to use our ruler to be able to cut out. And actually I gotta grab my other ruler. And I've ironed out some scraps because this is a perfect scrap project for a bunch of little scraps. So we're going to start by doing some of our plain, because we have a few plain pieces, this, and this. So basically our 4 corners. So we're going to start with this one, and we're probably going to make at least 2 of these, maybe more overall. Probably going to do a handful of these book sleeves. So I'm just going to cut a couple of these up real fast. And here, I forgot half of my tools this morning. Let's try this again. With cutters and rulers and all the things. Alrighty. Since I traced it out on trace paper, I'm using that. What you can do is you can glue your trace paper onto something heavier, like cardboard or even another piece of paper or construction paper or something like that, and cut it out and use that so you have a harder surface to work up against, especially when you're putting it down like this. Kind of keep holding it down so you don't get. Okay, and there we go. We have a couple of those now. All right, so our triangle pieces are, full block is 7.5 inches, and it's divided up into 3 sections. So each section is 2.5 inches. So when we do our triangle at 2.5 inches, we add a whole inch and 1/8, I believe is what it was. Let me double check. I don't want to get lying to you here. Yes. Three 5/8 inches across. So that's going to be, yeah, 3 5/8 is the squares that we're going to cut. If I can figure myself out here today, will be great. And come over here, our other scrap. I'll line it up a little bit here. Let's see if this is going to work. This is 3 5/8. Yes. We can do more squares this way. Just barely. that it is gonna work. So I'm gonna cross. Down a little ways. Make it far enough down. Yes. Okay. Now flip it around this way. 3, 5, 8, like so. We have our squares. And we're going to half it. So now we have 8 triangles, and we're only going to need 3 per block here. So put those with my little pieces like that. And now we're going to need a couple of squares. We're going to need 2 squares per kitty face. And then 3 more, so 5 of the same color. 3 triangles, 2 squares. But our squares are 2.5 inches, so that's going to make them 3 inches when we actually cut them, because we have to leave enough for that 1/4 inch. So the first color up here, I got some calicos that I thought would be cute for kitty faces. I'm gonna do a couple of squares. Go ahead and smooth out some of my edges here. Alright, so the first one, we're gonna need some 3-inch squares. So switch rulers, do a strip, because this is a 3-inch ruler. Okay. So, I'm doing it backward. That's 2. That's 2, and that's less. So that, it'll be enough for a front and a back cover, so that will be perfect. So put those over there. Next we need is the 3 5/8 triangles, and we're going to need 3 of those. So we're gonna do a couple more squares. 3, 5/8 here. Actually, I need 2 inches. Almost works. Not quite. Going to need a border on the top is what I was thinking about. But we'll get to that later. First, we do a 3 5/8 here. 3 5/8. Alright, and now we have our triangles for our face. The one last thing we need is just a stray triangle here. And actually, I can go get my white triangles out, measure some of those, and maybe just cut a couple of those down, since I only have a single spot for them. I did not think of that sooner. Not sure. So, is it hopefully not work? Some scraps I had from one of my other projects that went down, and this is why I have this traced out. So all I gotta do is cut it down a little bit here, and it's gonna be perfect for my little nose that I need. Over there, and I'm gonna need 2 of them, one for each side. So we're going to come over here. Okay. Line up all my angles here. And well, maybe. Okay. So this should be all I need for my front and back block, because you need a front and back, and actually probably need a couple more squares. Oh no, I don't have enough squares. Do I? Nope. I got some more fabric I can iron. Because I have 4. Nope, I have just enough, I think. Just kidding, I have just enough. Okay, let's try this. Let's go to the sewing machine. Okay, so now that we have them all cut, we are going to bring our little sheet over here, since it's not since I'm not familiar with it. And we're going to just do a couple of these. So I need one of my triangles to go on the end of this. When I do this, this side is not going to cooperate, obviously. Make it even to where there's going to be about 1/4 of an inch. Right there. And run that through. Okay. Wow, that is way off. I may have to fix that in a sec. I feel like I've measures out, but it feels weird. Yeah, I'm gonna pull those stitches right there. Help it a little bit. Okay, so then we have one of the base colors, which is going to be our plain, and then one of our calicos on either side. So that's going to be our next step, is getting 2 of those going. It's not really gonna. What can I not get? I have no idea what happened to my cutting today, but it is. Oh, but it's okay. We're gonna make it. Okay, got one for there. That's not so good. Okay. Yep. We're gonna have to pause for a minute and fix the sewing machine because it's not cooperating.